Hey guys, Insomnia here with some more AFK Arena. Today we are over on the test server on the free to play account, and looking here we are going to take a look at the Arcane Labyrinth. As we know with the Arcane Labyrinth itself, there's actually an abandoned wagon. There's a couple different actually bosses that you can fight for Cain. A couple of these resources, the Fountain of Vitality, Mystic, which is in there as well. Of course, the boss. This is the Cain boss. And then, of course, we do have the chest. Many of us have ran this 300 plus times, depending on when you actually started the game. This has been the old school Labyrinth that we have known from the beginning. Now, when you do complete the second floor, it does give you a choice between running the third floor on regular mode or the third floor on hard mode, which is the only change or only difference that we have ever seen in the Labyrinth, unfortunately. So it's been over a year, which means that changes are coming. There has been a lot of speculation from Dolly inside of the Noble Tavern that she has actually been talking about different events that could be coming or different things that could be coming to changes. So she has been preemptively kind of warning us of changes. They gave us kind of a heads up when the dimensionals were coming. She also gave us a heads up saying that, hey, the Labyrinth could be coming pretty soon. There's been some rumblings that changes are coming. So let's go ahead. We're going to take a quick look at some of those possible changes that we could see from the Labyrinth in the near future. So looking here, this was actually pulled off of Reddit earlier today. The future of the new Labyrinth, best resolution so far, and definitely some speculation. This was actually from a press release that AFK Arena did a while back, but hopefully it is coming pretty soon. As you can see, so this essentially looks like the new window. So when you go into the Labyrinth, you are going to have a choice on the left. As you can see, this is open. This essentially will be the old Labyrinth. On here, which it kind of looks like it's locked as of now. Not sure if it's going to be progression, not sure if it's going to be how many times you have to defeat the Labyrinth, but this could ultimately be the door to unlock the second Labyrinth or the different Labyrinth. So looking at the top here, it does look like it's almost hieroglyphics, like it is kind of blocked out, which is on purpose. So speculation here from what we are seeing is that it could be essentially similar to what we've seen with the Trials of God, where you have different options or different debuffs that are going to be allowed inside the Arcane Labyrinth. So it's going to make it a little bit more difficult to get through, that you can actually set your own level. Now, this is actually something that I've talked about before and something that I've mentioned time and time again. How cool would it be if we could actually just kind of tune the Labyrinth to be a little bit more difficult for players that are well geared and also have a bigger risk reward system. So essentially looking at it, I'm hoping that these again are going to be the glyphs or the hieroglyphics, or even down here, that you can add similar to the Trials of God right now, that you can add more and more loot or essentially more and more difficulty to the Labyrinth itself, which would be very, very cool. So it shows bottom right requirements to unlock the new Labyrinth or the floor of the Labyrinth. So great addition to the game. This is something that has to be reworked because, like I said earlier, it has been well over a year since this has been completed. So as you can see on the right side, this is what they kind of showed us is going to be essentially the new Labyrinth layout. So as you can see, the little camps here do have a hero camp in here, as well as a mist or a pool right here, the rejuvenation well. But look, so here are kind of the mini bosses or the mini bosses you can go through. These are probably going to be the major bosses. And as you can see, we have the common camps that go up to the elite camps. So it is going to be stronger in here, not only for the loot that you're going to get from the regular push through here, but like I said earlier, if you can go ahead and tune it higher depending on the difficulty that you want to run through, similar to the Trial of Gods, I will be very, very excited to see it. The fights don't have chests, so it's probably without relics, which would make it very hard. When you run through the regular Labyrinth, you do pick up a plethora of relics going through this, especially depending on the path that you choose. You get a relic for defeating every enemies. Essentially, they're saying the fights do not have chests, so it's probably without relics, which again will make it very, very difficult. So it's going to be a lot more reliant on team comps without the Roamer, Riz, or the Dark Wagon. Most people have never used the Dark Wagon. It makes a super, super powerful hero that you have to fight and essentially kill to get a hero that you can use, which is similar to the hero little wagon that you pick up here, only this one is free. Most of the time, if you fight the Dark Wagon, you get destroyed because the hero is solo and very, very strong. Last boss as an option earlier. So this could be the last boss, or there could be one even up higher. Again, this is speculation of things to come. So essentially, if you do your run through here, let's say we stay over to this right side, and then we defeat this boss. I'm not sure if that is going to end the labyrinth right there because this is the boss you chose to beat, or if you can make progression actually getting up to these elite camps. So it's going to be interesting, the dynamic of the labyrinth itself, because like I had said, 10 or a year plus, we have never revamped this. They did adjust some relics, tweak some relics, added in the hard mode, I believe about 6 or 7 months ago. Possibly a little bit longer, that we added in hard mode for the labyrinth, which did make it more difficult, but of course did also give us the boss, which gave us more rewards. So it's going to be interesting also to see if it is going to be bosses. That's going to be the one thing also. Is it going to be 5-man team comps like we fight at the end now? Is it going to be bosses in these camps essentially that you fight? So it might be 2 kind of smaller mini bosses in one major fight, or one major boss that you fight in here. But definitely the labyrinth did need the rework, and I'm hoping it is bosses. I think when it's kind of team versus team, when it's 5 versus 5, especially if they're not adding relics in here, it will make it very difficult unless this is going to be a labyrinth progression that they're going to do to late to end game. Versus doing it earlier on in the game just to make it more difficult because of the formations that you have later on in the game. So very exciting with the changes. Don't have any estimated time when this could possibly drop, but I was very excited to see it the first time. Now that we see it again on Reddit, it might become more of a reality because this is something that they're going to focus on. Also, it is going to allow for more rewards. As we've started to progress further, they're offering more rewards and kind of a plethora of rewards. We've gotten a lot of codes in the past, but now we've retuned and revamped the Noble Society. We've added a lot of things essentially that weren't here before. Even in the Labyrinth store itself, we do have a lot more heroes in here. I know when we come here in the Labyrinth store itself, they added Wukong, we added Arthur, we added Red Chest in here. We just continue to add more and more in here. I'm also interested to see, because another thought that I did have is the currency. So currently we do get lab tokens. If they were going to add possibly another currency or another tab to the Labyrinth store, essentially having your regular Labyrinth store and having maybe a dark labyrinth or a dark labyrinth store that offers a different heroes. So if you are running hard mode, because there are a lot of players. So when you look at my main account, even when you look at the pay to win account, a lot of players have the heroes that are built out of here. Also, they do have Arthur when he's unlocked. They have Wukong already built. So pretty much players that are late to end game, only thing you ever buy out of here is red chests. The rest of the emblems or the rest of the coins pretty much go unused as you continue to get more heroes. So they're going to have to add more stats or essentially more heroes in here, or another form of currency that you're going to get. It would be awesome to see artifact fragments, a couple other things that we are kind of lacking short of the Stargazer in here. So just my thoughts on the new Labyrinth. I hope very, very soon, maybe holiday wise, it'll be released, but we definitely need a revamp here. Even if you could select heroes here for a little bit higher Labyrinth coin, it could be a possibility as well, or putting a couple more heroes in here, because essentially we have Wukong in here. We do have Flora, so 2 Celestials. We have Athalia, 3 Celestials. While on the Hypogeans, we only have 1, and it is only Aziz. I would like to see them add a couple more Hypogean heroes in here would be ideal. because again, as players progress, especially if you started the Labyrinth running it 300 plus times, everything in here you have. Emblems of Space you probably have. Arthur's already unlocked. Wukong could possibly already be maxed out. I know they just started replacing them with different. So essentially, if Wukong is already at 5 stars, they are replacing Wukong with, I believe, Twisted Essence, which is good because they're really looking for something for you to spend your Arcane Labyrinth coins on, especially if you already got Albedo and Ainz. Just like Ezio, just like Nakaruru, they are going to have to tweak this to allow you to buy essentially more items in the Labyrinth store, or adding a second currency to the Labyrinth store. So let me know in the comments what you guys think, what you guys would like to see with the upcoming Labyrinth changes. Again, I am super stoked, still absolutely loving AFK Arena, well over a year plus. So again, let me know in the comments what you guys think, and as always, thank you guys for watching.